Hi, welcome once again to the Elvis Conspiracy, where we are looking at the life and death and perhaps life of Elvis Aaron Presley, one of the greatest entertainers known to the human race. He was known as the king of rock and roll. Elvis, on a first-name basis with the entire world. His home is one of the most visited homes anywhere in the world as people make the trek to Graceland. His life and death is remembered and captured in motion pictures and in stories. And now, in this series, where we're looking at the Elvis Conspiracy, specifically today, we're going to be looking at Elvis and Muhammad Ali. You say, what? Elvis and Ali? Were they friends? Well, of course. Look at the picture. The picture we're showing you is of Elvis and his good friend, Muhammad Ali. And a lot of people, unless they really know a lot about the life of Elvis Presley, don't realize what good friends Elvis and Ali were. Interestingly enough, there was a headline that appeared in the Cincinnati Post on September 21st, 1984. The story was captioned, "Disease may have hurt Ali's career." The story was a story about how Muhammad Ali had checked into Columbia Presbyterian Hospital in conjunction with the Parkinson's syndrome that he was suffering from. Ali had checked out of the hospital on Thursday evening, September 23rd, 1984. And as he did, he went out with an entourage of people, including the Reverend Jesse Jackson. As Ali was leaving the hospital, a surprised Ali found the press waiting. And a United Press International photographer caught the following picture. Now take a close look at the picture that you're now seeing on the screen. This picture is a picture of Muhammad Ali as he is leaving the hospital. To his left, you see, looking at him and listening to him, as Ali is obviously talking, the Reverend Jesse Jackson. There is an unnamed person just over Jesse Jackson's shoulder, but then look very closely at that image in the back of this entourage and ask yourself the question, who does that look like? Because this is a photo that once it came out, once the article came out, the question began to be asked, who's that man in the back? He is the white guy in the picture, the one who caught the attention of a woman by the name of Mary Pankow, who made the observation that that man looks like Elvis Presley. Now, go back and remember the date of when this picture was taken. The date, September 23rd, 1984. Muhammad Ali is leaving the hospital. The picture hit the national news media. It began getting picked up and reprinted by various organizations and also various magazines and various scuttlebutt kind of newspapers that you would see at the checkout line. And the question was asked, wait a minute, is that Elvis Presley in the picture? Is Elvis alive? It was sent to British experts involved in image analysis, and using the most advanced techniques that they had at that time, a company that did work for the British military in Scotland Yard said the photo bore a canny resemblance to Mr. Presley, and there could be no way to know it wasn't him except for the fact that Elvis Presley was dead and had died years before this picture was taken. Same article, I quote, another scientist who worked on the photo analysis said, "We have developed our own sophisticated methods of enhancing photographs using computers to either make features stand out or fade into the background. Taking an image on the screen from a photo, we can change shades, play around with angles, measure noses, chins, and parts of the face to minute fractions. We compared this photo with dozens of known images of Mr. Presley, and the similarities in the face are not only stunning, but they appear to be the same person." Once again, take a look at the picture. Is that Elvis Presley in that photo, and is he looking away from the photograph? Observations about the picture? Well, Elvis had glaucoma. That was a known fact. And so lights would have affected him. So if Ali walked out into a vast array of lights or lights from a photographer taking pictures, Elvis would have turned away. It looks as though that the man in the picture is trying to get out of the frame in a hurry. While he looks younger than maybe you would have thought he might look, time has passed. Would Elvis had some work done? Who knows? Could it be the lighting? Who knows? But it does look like him. It looked like he had lost weight. Well, people lose weight all the time. And when they lose weight, their face certainly does change based upon the amount of weight that they lost. By this particular time, Elvis would have had nearly 6 or 7 years to have lost weight. And so the question then is, could it be Elvis? So you have to ask yourself another question. Why would Elvis be visiting Muhammad Ali in the hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio? Well, we've already shown you a picture of Elvis and Ali. They were friends. How good of friends were they? Well, in this set of pictures you're getting ready to see, Elvis and Ali were very good friends. As a matter of fact, Muhammad Ali called Elvis the greatest. What was Ali known by? The greatest. When Ali was asked, who's in the photograph, he said, that's my friend Elvis. Ali answered the question. Now, knowing Muhammad Ali, knowing his propensity to play with the press, knowing his glibness and the way that he answered things, was he just trying to get a rise out of people? Was he trying to create controversy? Was he just playing around? Chances are, for most people, as they hear that kind of statement, they think, yes, he was just playing around. What people don't know is that Elvis and Ali were such good friends that Elvis Presley gave him a robe that he actually boxed in. In the back of the robe, it said the People's Choice. That was a gift to Ali from his good friend Elvis Presley. Both of them, at one point, were at the top of their respective careers, both of them at the top of their game, both of them at the top of what it is that they did. As the years went by, people would actually take this particular picture and they would send it to Ali. And with the picture, they would ask the question, is Elvis alive? Is this Elvis in the picture? To a person, they always got back a response from Ali that never answered the question. What would happen is they would get some type of paraphernalia from Ali, an autograph, a picture, a note, a response back. Never really answering the question, is this Elvis? But then letting them know that Ali had gotten the question, and that was the response. No answer, just a response. Most people discovered, as they wrote to Ali asking him specifically about this, that they never got a response at all. At one point, Ali made the statement about Elvis, that Elvis is dead. Everybody knows that. And yet he was asked to clarify his statement, and he said, what do you mean? And they said, well, you also said Cassius Clay is dead, but you were Cassius Clay. Now you just go by a different name. To which Ali just smiled and laughed off the question. At the end of the day, you have to decide, why would Elvis visit his friend Ali in the hospital? Practical answer, if Elvis was indeed alive, he was concerned about his health. Would Elvis have risked being seen visiting the hospital? Hard to say. If people think Elvis is dead, then no one's looking for Elvis walking through a hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, are they? The other thing that is a very real, truthful part of that story is that they were not aware that they were getting ready to walk down into a barrage of cameras and interviews and photographers. It actually was intended that Ali would leave the hospital and it would be quiet, a very low-key kind of event, if you could ever imagine such a thing around Muhammad Ali. It was not that at all. Obviously, in the picture, somebody was captured in that picture, looks a lot like Elvis. Ali did nothing to help explain away or help make sure that people knew who that was. As a matter of fact, the man in the picture was never identified. So the only identity that was ever tagged to the man in the picture was Elvis Presley, who, of course, was dead. The reactions to the picture, interesting. Some said it was the ghost of Elvis. Who knows? That shows up in the song later years, Walking in Memphis, now doesn't it? It was airbrushed in. Why? There's somebody in the picture. Is it Elvis? According to Ali, the answer is yes. According to Ali, the answer is no. But Ali was in the picture, and we don't get an answer from him. All we have is the picture and the reports. Very much like the intriguing story of the picture that was taken in the pool house, once again, Elvis captured on film years after he's not supposed to be in the building anymore. Is it proof? For some, it is. Is it proof enough? For some, it is, that want to believe. And so what about you? Is this picture proof that Elvis is alive? Is it enough to get you to think maybe he's there? Or is it just another photograph of somebody unexplained in the background? See, the Elvis Conspiracy is designed to look at the life and death and life of Elvis Presley because Elvis goes down in history as one of the great all-time entertainers. The rumors about his death, part of that intriguing mystery about the way that Elvis Presley exited and stepped off of the world stage, if you will. But it also is a story of people who are fans, who desire to believe, who want to hold on to and not let go of the belief that someone that they love is still with them. And so the story, the conspiracy, now begins to cross that line and move into areas of faith and belief and truth. Now, those are spiritual concepts. And I've told you from the beginning of this series, we're going to eventually start talking about some spiritual things and offer to you an alternative story and add our own piece of evidence to the Elvis Conspiracy, which we will in future episodes. But not today. Today, we just leave you with Elvis and Ali and more conspiracy for you to figure out on your own. I look forward to joining next time as we continue to unravel the Elvis Conspiracy.